Okay, if I can
motion.
explain why I do support this nomination. There's been a lot of work on it. You know, the comment about whether the small N Hawaiian, the large N Hawaiian was included. I attended one of the hearings, one of the meetings at the convention center. There were more than 300 people there, and most of them were Hawaiians. And I'm sure many of them were small N's and capital N's. And I'm disappointed that we tried to separate out the small N from the large N. I'm a small N and a large N. So why this distinction? Going further, I'm glad that Olani's here to, you know, we owe her a mahalo for calling this matter to our attention and to have included us in the process. OHA has, and with trustees' approval and support in 3 different meetings, they've continued and did yeoman work. I mean, if you look at these reports, basically this was written by OHA. And the hearings, they were, you know, did people have an opportunity to participate? There were over 50 some odd hearings. All the comments that were made, if you look at these reports, had every comment that was made at these 50 meetings or more. And it's there, and you're free to read it. I mean, the management plan, we've had this draft before, and we've had the final for a year and a half. And why is it only now we raise concerns over this whole issue? It's been before us all this time. And I go back to, you know, the big issue that's being raised here is the fact that the fishing rights, or fishing privileges as they call it, the very reason for this monument is to control that. I grew up in a very Hawaiian family. My tutakani, we had subsistence living. And I learned to respect the fish in the ocean and to live within those means. The konihiki kapu was so important to Hawaiians because it provided a source of food that could sustain itself. The konihiki didn't allow any Hawaiian to fish in the water anytime, any place. Unfortunately, Hawaiians today don't know that. So I think that what's happened in Hawaii with all the fisheries, offshore fisheries, is the fact that it's been mismanaged, misused, and many of the people who have fault are Hawaiians. I grew up in a place where the konihiki was respected. Back in 1968, the state started a process of condemning the konihikis throughout Hawaii. One of the first cases was the konihiki of Anini, Kalihivai, and Pila'a on Kauai. The konihiki there was John Akana. He appeared, when the state condemned that konihiki, he appeared at the, he was in court giving testimony, and he was almost in tears to try to get the judge to understand that the konihiki was not restrictive to prevent people from fishing. It was really to manage the fishery. And he predicted that once that konihiki was taken, it would ruin the fishery. And it exactly happened. You go to Anini, you go to Kalihivai, you go to Pila'a, you go to anywhere on Oahu, anywhere on Kauai, you can't fish in the ocean now. The abundance of fish that's there when I was growing up. I grew up learning how to dive and how to fish and what fish to catch and what heads to catch and how do you pick the Nemo. All of that is ruined. It's ruined because it's been indiscriminate fishing offshore. So for people to or really Hawaiians to complain that they're denied their right to fish, if the konihikis were in place, they would not have that right. They never had that right. I got involved in this process because I felt strongly that this is the last opportunity for us as Hawaiians to protect this resource for eternity, and to allow anyone to go out and indiscriminately fish is wrong, and it would be a huge mistake. I think the designation would help to protect it. It would give world notice that this is a very precious place and it should be protected, and I'm proud that our staff has been so committed and involved in preparing this management plan. True, you know, a plan can always be improved, and there is opportunity. Within 2 years, we can make changes. So any of those who have issues with any part of the plan, let us know, and we will address it. And if you've forgotten what these books are, these are the comments that were made by everyone who testified. This is the management plan. We did an EIS.